Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. If you want to join me on my live stream, which this is a recap of, check out Good Free Photos channel. I'm streaming on my backup channel. That's in the comments and the description. Also, check out Crypto Daily Updates. That's also in the comments and in the description. So let's actually look at the news for today. Today is going to be highly speculative, and a lot of the news is going to be very, very speculative. So let's actually start with Vechain. Vechain, there's a graphic up. Let me actually just show you the graphic. Let me log on to the Twitter and let me show you the graphic for Vechain. And it's a very interesting kind of like graphic thing. It's made by a corporate. I don't really know the source of this, but I've seen this before. It's made by a corporate, and obviously you can see it has like logos of 10 companies. Food Agility, Australian made, Vechain, Source Certain International, Alipay, Mastercard, Lava, Fresh Supply Co, GS1, and Matthews. So a lot of people are like seeing a link between Mastercard and Vechain. And it says like the FSC and Mastercard's partnership is to enable businesses to be paid sooner, reducing payment times from within 30 days to within a second. And Mastercard's featured on this graphic, in this corporate graphic with Vechain, and a lot of other companies. What I actually think is it's not a direct relationship between Mastercard and Vechain. I do think that Mastercard is going to bridge several of these companies together. We know that, for instance, like Vechain and Fresh Supply Co. already has a partnership. They may actually use the Vechain settlement token, which we now know exists, to actually settle payments between Fresh Supply Co. and its supplier. So like I would think like Food Agility also has relationships with Vechain, and some of these other companies might actually use Vechain for logistics, and MasterCard might tie that up all together. Obviously, Alipay is a big part of it, and they're like a separate thing. I don't think Alipay has a partnership with Vechain. So I do think like the rumor on the Vechain MasterCard thing might be a little overblown, but I do think that MasterCard will end up bridging Vechain and their settlement token with a lot of these other like logistics and suppliers. So it's still very, very good news with VET, but maybe a little over exaggerated by some of the community, definitely. The second one is also a speculation, and that's with XRP, ODL, and Sumitomo Bank. Sumitomo Bank is the second or third largest bank in Japan, and they've actually partnered with SBI. They actually bought 20% of SBI's international brokerage division. And they're investing in fintech as well, and we know that Ripple is fintech. Now, will they be using ODL right away? Probably not, because they didn't actually mention XRP or ODL in the actual announcement, but the community is going crazy over it, and the price actually has risen because it could be a major bank actually using XRP. But they actually didn't make any announcements like that in the actual announcement or in the actual press release. They basically just said they're buying 20% of SBI's international brokerage firm. And the reason they're actually doing that is they want access to SBI's 20-something and 30-something customers. Sumitomo's own investment firm basically only appeals to the elderly, and they want like a product or a service that appeals to 20-something and 30-somethings. Now, obviously, 20-somethings and 30-somethings are going to be more interested in cryptocurrency, so there might be more involved in that. Since they are investing some in their fintech division, that's where the rumors come from, that they actually might eventually invest in XRP or ODL. But right now, according to the article, they're mainly interested in getting access to SBI's investors, or SBI's like digital investors. And so they might pour some money into into people buying XRP, because Sumitomo has a lot more, a much bigger kind of client base than SBI does, being a much bigger financial institution. So there could be some money coming into XRP. They might work with ODL in the future, although there's no mention of that in the actual buy-in agreement. And they basically just bought, directly they just bought 20% of SBI's international brokerage division. So that's the news with Sumitomo, ODL, and XRP. Highly speculative. Vechain, MasterCard, also highly speculative. Now, for a piece of non-speculative news, Tron actually is, Tron dApps are actually being listed in the Samsung App Store. That is not speculative. That is actually happening. And so there's definitely a partnership between Tron and Samsung, or at least a collaboration. We know that they've been in Samsung's blockchain key store for a while, and we know that Samsung natively supports Tron as well as Bitcoin and Ethereum, and not any other top cryptocurrency. So there's definitely some kind of hookup between Samsung and Tron. Samsung's looking to actually, Samsung, you can actually develop with TRX blockchain in Samsung, and this is just the latest thing with another hookup between Samsung and Tron. So congratulations, Tron. Despite all the stuff that Justin Sun puts out in all his antics, they are making improvements on the platform, and they are partnering. So he has actually delivered on many of the promises. Not all of them, but many of them, which is more than I can say for most crypto projects. So I do think Tron is actually a decent investment for the future because of the tie-ups with Samsung and that he actually has delivered on at least some of his promises. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.